All right, guys. So it's really amazing to be back on this episode this week. And man, I had a pretty stressful day, but just for the goal that was set before me, I decided I was going to do this before going to bed, right? And so it's the trades that we're taking this week again. And quickly, I'm not going to waste anybody's time in today's class. So yeah, three majors. Not it's not a class, honestly, but three major trades were taken in the course of this previous week. First was on S&P 500, if I'm not mistaken. Second was S&P 500. Second was CAD CHF, and the third was USD JPY. So S&P 500 and CAD CHF, they were like the projections I gave in the previous video that was shared, and it went really, really well. So let's start with S&P 500. Where is it? S&P 500, to start with. It went as projected. Like I projected the sell. This was the sell projection if you refer back to last week's video. And it went well, like as projected. But sadly, the move had already started before I joined the trade. And what happened? Same thing, my normal entry, rule. I remember this trade was taken on the 30-minute time frame. Yes, 30-minute time frame, a key level. And here there was something like, a liquidity that was about to be taken out. And here we have price. And when the market opened on Sunday night, see what happened. A heavy gap just formed and took us straight to take profit. Sadly, I was unable to enter the trade, and it happens. That's how trading works at the end of the day. So on that, you will see here I journaled. I can remember talking about the analysis, blah, 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 blah. And this is it. Eventually, it went, according to my projection. Second trade was CAD CHF. And yes, it was the same trade I analyzed in the last video, CAD CHF. But that one went it went another way entirely. But I remember this trade for 2 whole days was playing around entry. I remember the entry was on the daily time frame. It was somewhere around here. The entry was on the daily time frame, somewhere around here, if I'm not mistaken, where I said, price was about to move. And this was like the key level, This was like the key level. This was, the key level, and this was like the inducement, or let's say liquidity that was already formed, And I was expecting price, according to the, analysis I gave, I was expecting price to move from somewhere around here, and my stop loss, slightly below, and I was expecting this liquidity above to be taken out. But price would always do its thing, and it's for us to react, not determine the move of price. So that was the first loss that was taken this week. Like I said, I was risking 2% per trade. So I lost on that here. That was somewhere around here, and like I said, price went on its own, like it went somewhere totally different. I'm expecting now, no analysis majorly, but I'm expecting, this low to be taken out, and probably overall, this, one to be taken out. So that was a loss. And like we are doing this year, we are documenting every trade idea that is going to be shared. So yeah, I had 2 entries. This was the first one. You see, price had already moved in my direction. I was really, really excited, only for price to spoil my mood eventually, and see what happened. It hit my SL. I was expecting an entry somewhere around here. I was thinking this served as the liquidity, but I took another loss. So yeah, that was another loss that was taken this week. The third that was shared, which is the most painful trade for me, was USD JPY. And yeah, so this is the analysis for USD JPY. USD JPY. Okay, so somewhere around here was where we had. All right, somewhere around here was where I had my sell projection. I guess it was around 1 hour time frame. My projection was around 1 hour. Yeah, somewhere around here. And this was it. Ignore the, analysis that was done after. I think what matters most is the analysis that was done before. But here it is. Price was maintaining, something like a downtrend. Something like a downtrend. So we had this, 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 we had all of this move. I was expecting that price came out, to take this liquidity. So if I'm to explain, maintaining the downtrend, and I was expecting that maybe this was what price was doing, take out this liquidity, and maybe from there we're going to move. In all honesty, I'll be sincere, it was, Dax's, markup I saw, and it informed my, should I say, decision. Somehow influenced my decision. So I was expecting a move like this where, liquidity has been taken out, break of structure to the downside and all of that. And this was going to serve as, liquidity that was yet to be taken out. And this was going to also serve as my protected high. But at the end of the day, price did its own. So I had my entry somewhere around here. With this as the protected high. And maybe somewhere around here as my take profit. Yeah, somewhere around here has my take profit. Can't remember as much. See what price did. This was the most painful trade I took this year and this week, if I'm to be honest. So price invalidated my entry, took me out, formed its own. Eventually went my direction. So in summary, I think if I had been able to enter S&P 500 sales, probably I would have been up about 10, 15, 20%. But yeah, it didn't happen. I was unable to take that trade. I had 2 losses and 1 entry that I was unable to, one trade I was unable to enter. If I had known also, there was this retest that formed somewhere around here, but I was unable to take it. So somewhere around here, the entries happened, there was a retest somewhere around here, but I was unable to take it because I had already lost interest in that setup. Overall, I had 2 losses. Losses are part of the game. It doesn't make you a bad trader. And again, gains still don't make you a good trader. So let's just strike a balance. This week, in all honesty, I've not had the time to, pay attention to my chart as much because the weekend was a very, 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 very busy one. So yes, I'll be looking out for more opportunities this week. But in all honesty, that's all of it for this week. Attached to this video is going to be results of trades that were taken to show that all trades were executed. Although I had losses and there was no profit, as it were. But we look forward to whatever happens next week. I'm expecting next week to be a very, very amazing week. I don't have any markup whatsoever. But I'll see you again next week, Monday, with the markups that are taken all through the week, or that we're taking all through the week. See you guys, and cheers. God bless.